Hello, everybody. If you can hear me fine, my microphone is fine. Just hello, little miss. How do I sound? Can you hear me? That input. All right. So today we're basically reviewing Kickstarter to date, getting first edition and standard. Here to answer any questions. Let's give it a couple of minutes and have some other folks jump in the stream and join us. And I'll just do a review of where we at with the Kickstarter and cutting in and out. Okay, my cord. Let me. Hey, mic check. Can you guys hear me? Check that out. Yeah, basically, we kind of took apart this whole desktop, and we went to Miami Con and set it up there. All right, seems I'm like good now. All right, so yeah, we got a few people here. Thanks for tuning in, especially on a Sunday evening. I want to see where we're at. We have 5 days to go, so we're like past the halfway point at this point. The campaign will be over Saturday the 12th, 12 noon Eastern time. Let's kind of in and out. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll have to, hopefully, maybe if I talk more directly into the mic, that might help out a little bit. Okay. So yeah, so we have grown, especially this weekend. I've had we took a little bit trip. We being Alyssa, myself, and Peeps. We visited some LGS stores in the Miami area, Kendall area. Um, Great reviews. When you bring the product to someone and you say, "Hey, here's the flat box. Here's some booster packs. Here's the comic book," and they look through it, I think the product sells itself. Like art's fantastic, packaging, hard quality. It's all there. Gameplay is fantastic. So yeah, we've kind of gotten some stores pretty excited. We do have lined up the first two learn to plays, and we are kind of lining up learn to play 3 and 4 right behind it. So we're getting really good feedback from the LGS. Um, I can appreciate. And this past weekend, we went from like about 150 backers to we're sitting at 176 backers. So I appreciate all the new folks that are joining the hive. Keep spreading the word. Love to hit the magic 200 backer mark and maybe the 100K. Again, less about the funds. We're Shard Book's a little different. We started off a little bit ahead of the curve by having the whole game basically finished. Art was all complete, gameplay is complete, everything first edition wise pre-printed. So we're sitting pretty good there, and we're just basically waiting for the Kickstarter to wrap up, and we'll do a small pre-order for the standard edition. Determine what the print size should be for that. Send that off to the. We have our play testers that are continuing to play test that too, which is fantastic. Um, because even before Kickstarter started, we were working on set two and in our eyesight, so to speak. So yeah, so I mean, I think the future is bright for us. We funded. It says it right here. We funded in 60 seconds. So I appreciate you guys as a community believing in the project and helping us not only level of funding, but we've like tripled our funding goal, which is fantastic. So standard edition's coming, set two is coming, much more to come. Um, I won't. I think we already had a Q and A that discussed all the tiers. But I'll just kind of recap on a few things, especially for a little bit newer to the hive folks here. Um, what we have in this Kickstarter is we have the first edition that's been pre-printed prior to going to Kick, and then we have the standard edition, which is going to be a print to the follow the first. So the reward tiers, what you have is you have the Apocalypse, $25. That gets you a Splat Box. Splat Box is kind of our entry level product. It has three pre decks, it has three booster packs, paper playmat. It has a cool little dice to track your devotion, how to play guide, and it's a great way to kind of get into the game at a low entry point and out. That we have the Beta Formation, which is basically a booster box. These two tiers and any tiers from Apocalypse upward do get all applicable stretch. But these two, Apocalypse and Beta Formation, is for first edition. Wormhole is a combination of Splat Box, Booster Box, and a playmat. All pre-made, even the playmats are and ready to after the after that we have the Butterfly, again first product, or boxes. Have the Bug Commander. I have a bunch of product, all first edition mats, first edition splat boxes, and boxes, followed by the Hive and the Cosmic Avatars for the folks that are we going. Uh, we also have a game store. Now, game stores we kind of switch from first edition. It's a real big, large, not just flat boxes and boxes. Of course, you get your play mats, but you also have for the LGSs we have comic books, binders, deck boxes, and we have these cool display kind of character stand ups, draw attention to our books. So we have that, and that's the standard edition. Now you could also have there are add-ons to the add-ons here. Add-ons. Okay. So the add-ons you can add standard edition. Why would you want to add standard? Oh, two reasons. If you're like me and um like to more than one box and like to this assures that come August you have a product that you get into up. Not just that, there are different. That means there's different box top. Also, this. Yeah, and I apologize for the audio. Um, having some difficulties tonight, but we'll definitely once the stream's over, we'll put that a little bit better. Um, so we have for the add-ons splat boxes, standard edition booster boxes, booster cases, uh, t-shirts, Battlefield playmat, which is a different type of playmat. Uh, let's go over let's go over some stretch goals that we have unlocked already. We have the Moth of the Peppered Flame. Happen to have one here. Camera's not one, but we unlocked the Honey Alchemist promo card, Luke the Elder. So all three promo cards are going to go to Oliver Beck from the Apocalypse level up, and that's a thank you for helping us reach artist proof cards. Hey, we got artist proof cards. So um, artist proof cards will be going out to all of our artists. You can reach out to them directly. Best way to find them is IG. I believe all of our artists have an IG account. Some of them have Facebook accounts, and send them a message. Say you're a fan. Maybe you want one in particular. Maybe you want something signed. Maybe you want some art done in the back. An artist proof card is based the card front, but with the back, instead of the card back art, it's going to be all blank. That they can illustrate something there. Now we are trying to see if we can grab that big six-figure number, which kind of just looks good for the whole campaign, so to speak, and so was kind of a personal goal of mine to see if we can try to achieve. So we changed up some of the stretch goals and combined it into one big mega goal for this 100K. So working with the guys at Bearish, fantastic group, um, and if we hit the 100K, we'll definitely lock in. Not necessarily that we're gonna sell the bearish cases right away. This is merely starting the R&D process, the multi-month long process where they take our sealed product, measure it, and be able to kind of design an acrylic case to encapsulate our booster boxes or flat box. So we'll unlock R&D there, and everyone would get the first issue of the comic book, basically the lore and the backstory, and we also unlock 5 credit cards. I know there's a bunch of you guys in the community that kind of would love to work with the team and create your own bug, and so we'll have 5 of those available. Mark. And then we did adjust to the 125K. Get there, the issue number 2. Basically, it's already ready for printing. Printing is just a quick 2-week turnaround, and would get a free copy of that. All right, so that's basically me rambling about the campaign so far. Appreciate all the love, support, and the fact that we funded quickly. That we're nearing 200 backers, and that we're nearing the figure mark. So from the dev team, they're all excited as well. Myself, I just want to thank the whole Hive for showing us this amount. Now I'm going to take it on to the live chat. See if there's any questions you guys may have for me that I can answer. It could be about the campaign, or it could just be about card bugs, myself, team. I'll talk about why Soul's better. But just let me know what kind of questions you guys may have here. Let's see. Somebody found a wild peng. Yep, complaining about my mic. Totally understand. What are the expectations for Kickstarter? Yeah, my expectation really was just to get funded. Um, so we did, and that funding amount that we set basically covers the second set. And you know, we also wanted to we wanted to at least unlock the 3 promos, only because even though there are stretch goals, we actually went ahead and pre-printed all the, promo cards, so I'm gonna set the stretch goals for the promo cards pretty obtainable, but I definitely wanna make sure we would, hit them, so really, I was fine with, hitting our 25K mark and going up to the 3 stretch goals amount to be able to share those fantastic cards with you guys. And anything above that is just cherry on top. Really, our grassroots growth is happening now, going to all the LGSs with product in hand, onboarding LGS, doing learn to play events. Now that all the progress, all the first, and the campaigns nearing, and we've had the product. We just don't want to necessarily put it into the LGSs until the campaign's over. We want to make it fair. We want to start shipping product to you guys, the pledgers, and so that you guys can start receiving product before we really showcase some events at the LGSs. But we do have our first LGS event April 19th. Going to be at the Mystic Forge in Punta Gorda, Florida. So anyone who is in the Florida area, look them up, Mystic Forge. I believe we do have a event located in Discord. That event has the address, the time, and April 19th, the date on there. If you guys want to see any of the dev members there, because we'll have myself and Nate and Jeeps in the game. Be able to maybe play with your cards, hopefully if you get them in time, or be able to open up some fresh packs because rock at the store, and just kind of learn the game a little better and play with the devs and hopefully beat us. I invite for you guys. Let's see. Do I think Menazu release at the same time takes away attention? No. I feel like the indie space is like the indie space. Meaning, um, I'm more of like I want to make sure, like I respect any and all indies, right? I think there's a place for all of us to coexist. I play more than Shardbugs. Lots of folks here know that I play Sorcery and I've played Vanquisher. And I've played a bunch of indies myself. Like, can have more than one game that I can play. So I think there's definitely space in the indie scene for all of us. And especially when it comes to Metasu, they're a little bit of an older IP. They've had their following for a while, and like the folks that are you know taking another look at Metasu are probably those who um glad they're back and actually hope they do well. So how can a backer add one of the credit card add-ons locked? That's a good question. That question I will default to Peeps. He posted a video. It's on our announcements. So for the folks that have already pledged a tier and want to do possibly an add-on, whether it's an one of those credit cards or add a splat box or booster box, Jeeps has already created kind of a step-by-step instructional video. It's in the announcement. It's gonna be buried. I think it just happened a few days ago when he posted. Go take that video. I could kind of verbally tell you, but it's really him showing step by step in the video explains a little bit. Do you have any influencer? Yeah, a little bit is time constraints. We have I don't want to necessarily name drop that person, but they have a big following only because there's a little bit of time constraints, and I want to make sure that throw out that video before main of a business call, and I don't about that or not. So, but yeah, I mean, we definitely have worked with a bunch of influencers in the past. Uh, which, shout out to Kodak. We've worked with him in the past. We've watched some of his videos. He helped us out with this learn to play video. Which, if you haven't watched it, it's on our YouTube channel. It is so funny, fantastic. It's got a fair amount of views already. Share it with your fans. It's the best way to get people kind of like considering Shardbucks as a next card game is by just say, hey, watch this video. Funny, it's quirky. Really explains the game and worked with philosopher cards, Ben TCG, Ted's Basement did a video with us. Collector Art House has some collaborations with. Definitely had Kirby from IG. She's actually doing a giveaway card, so shout out to Kirby. So yeah, we've did a collab with Jason Page recently, about a week ago. He did a few packs that he opened, including a box topper, so there was beans both there. So yeah, we're continuing to consider other content creators as Jeff. A lot of good questions today. So let's see here. What are you looking forward to the most about running Starbucks company, growing the player base, creating card? Yeah, so I'm very like person interactive type, right? So like I like going to LGSs, sitting down, showing the game, playing the game. Love going to the cons. Love interacting with the community. So yes, it's fun to kind of look at things from behind the scenes and create those cards and look at the art before it comes out. The whole process has been amazing, very fun. But now that the game has basically out, I feel like now really like an element being able to talk to LGS owners, um, run events. I love running events, um, running tournaments together. Maybe mention. I know Jeeps and I have discussed that. Would love to do maybe just like only convention, Starbucks, other indie card games, do some drafts and tournaments and all. So yeah, I mean, just interacting with the community is my favorite. Yes, yes, can do. Jason Page pulled sketch. Oh yeah, so the mic knows when I. Okay, so the mic has an auto mute button tonight. Bunch of good questions. Anybody else have questions, guys? Uh, Jeff. But what I will say is, it's probably gonna be the last live before the campaign is over. So we're pretty cool. We're good now, but we're pretty close to a couple of key metrics that would be really fantastic with these key metrics. Would love to see a 200 backer count, and would love to see, us hit that 100K stretch goal because I would really, love to give you guys free comics and all that. Uh, so yeah, so just share the campaign with your friends. If you're at your LGS, any Discord friends you may have, anyone that are into trading cards and card games in general, just share the campaign and if they like it. If they don't, that's fine. But just having that exposure, sharing the campaign, sharing some of the YouTube videos, and sense about the project, they go a long way. What measures for success? One, two. Um, yeah. So our 1 year, 2 year, 5 year goal. Um, so I'd like traditionally in my other companies, some of you know that I have firms. I've been able to double the size of the company year after year. Literally, seems like last 4 to 5 years, consistently doing that. So yeah, I would love to see twice the player base, twice the box unit sold. Let's see if we can double up the size of shard bugs in 1 year mark. Let's revisit that here in a couple of years too. Hopefully in 2 years, not only are we doubling up the size of Shardbug's player base, sounds and all that, for years, but we're also working here probably by the end of May into June, um, having our own Shardbooks in office and warehouse location. But I would also like to make it a place where host kind of in events, kind of consistently. It could uh be kind of like a studio where we can do recording, smaller events. So that's kind of being the pipeline. It's actually going to happen here because I'm actually going to go into contract. It could happen here by the end of the year, having a Starbucks headquarters, a permanent headquarters. And in the 5 year goal, again, looking to double the size year after year. But by probably even before 5 years, probably about year number three, I want to see three consistent sets. So that's kind of a goal that I set, for myself is, hey, by the third year, let's hit three consistent sets here instead of a set every. So that's like another indicator that let's see. When is the next appearance of Shardbooks in a convention? Yes. Okay. Great question there. Uh, we're gonna be at Guesticon is May 10th. May 10th. So it's a Saturday only event, one day. Guesticon in Sarasota, Florida. We'll be there. We'll have full backdrop display, all that. We will have product for sale. Many, some leftover first edition booster boxes, some flat boxes, comic books. Come pick them up. After that, will be Collecticon Orlando, and that'll be towards the end of May. Those are our next two upcoming conventions. Uh, Logan says hi. I'll tell Logan. The scary about putting money into how shard bucks die. Um, I think that's kind of like been one of my strongest pitch. Um, guys, like the 3 hour Ted's Basement interview that I had, or any of my kind of Q&As before this one, it's gonna be really hard to kill shard bugs. Like in their names, like we're gonna be cockroaches. You know that that meme that cockroaches can't die even in a nuclear holocaust. Yeah, that's shard bugs. No, in all seriousness, I've I've put in all the resources required to have a successful first edition run and center edition run. Um, are knee deep into set number two, set three, kind of in our sights and horizon. And I've said it before, like we can pump out set after set, even without a Kickstarter. To be honest, um, or it's financially viable company. It's a company that has future in its sight. Like everything we've done, we've invested for longevity. So we've done things that I think others haven't in terms of the point of like Kickstarter level indies. We have display cases for LGSs. We're doing an LGS tour. Your pre-printing products. We have accessories inbound, so your deck boxes, your sleeves and binders, all that's coming in. We have a comic book series. Comic book series is for the lore and the whole IP of Shard Bugs. Of comic issue number one, number two, lead. Um, comic issue three and four are going to be in development simultaneously. So yeah, so it's gonna really take um a nuclear holocaust, I think, Shard Bugs to not happen. No, and I'm joking. I just want to see a consistent growth. So we have defined metric, which is our Kickstarter campaign. Kickstarter campaign did X, we boxes and all that. Let's see how Center Edition does. Let's see how Second Edition does. Our team is going to put our best foot forward. We're gonna onboard as many LGS as we can. We're gonna go, of course, not only Florida but throughout the whole U.S. So as long as I see consistent growth, I will, from my end, um, keep doubling down my efforts in the company. So here's a good question. So if you see metrics leaning towards collectors, will you embrace that and focus on your strengths, or focus more on your? So I've always said from the beginning that I was gonna do the very difficult thing of really trying to make a game collectible, playable. I myself like collecting these sets, case cards, going. There's nothing more fun than opening up a pack and finding the chase card yourself. So I am very much a collector, but I'm also a player. I love going, play, TCGs with my kids, take them to the LGSs and play with them now that they're older. So we're really wanting to do both. Um, and to me, I don't see it so hard to do. And really the easiest thing to do, we're not going to do that. So we're going to make the game collectible and playable. And I don't think you need to print a million copies of X card so the players can, you know, you can get players in having something like the Splat Box. Splat Box having the pre-constructed decks, have um booster packs are there, learn to play guide, pretty, a fair amount of those. Those are fun. That's a fantastic game. Um, but so I'm very conscious of wanting to grow the player base. The best way to really connecting with the LGS, picking LGS tour Super Series. We went to five of them just this past weekend. Had great feedback. That's how you grow the player base. Join LGS as we care. Here's a LGS kit. Um, cut top eight foil promo cards for. Here's a prize support for a month long league built into the LGS. That's how you get players in. Not necessarily, printing products to it. Any other question? Uh, Lisa's got a good question. Is standard edition going to have different cards? Yes and no. The same base set. There's 110 base set. What are changing are the box topper cards and the secret rares. So a few changes, but not a whole new set. Yeah. So I'm having mic problems, and I do apologize that we will try to troubleshoot that. So with that said, I'm probably gonna cut it a little bit early and let me answer one or two more questions, and I'll get into opening up a couple of packs, and then I'll sort out this whole mic issue, and maybe we'll do another stream this weekend. We close the Kickstarter off. So Campbell's got a good question. What efforts are in place to expand from Florida, where it will be based out of, and trying to spread to West Coast? What about internationally? Yeah, so we did say that during the campaign, which is what literally we're doing now. Um, I was in Southwest Florida, went to a few LGSs here. Was in South Florida this weekend, and we'll be going up to the Tampa area this upcoming weekend. So yes, we're starting in Florida, but a time that this summer comes where we have the standard edition product in hand, probably about August. That'll be our cue to go to Texas, California, which are the next two states we want to hit. Also the Northeast. So we'll grab, some of the cities in the metropolitan areas, Northeast, along with Texas and Cali, and we'll hit that around the August September timeframe. Just got another question. Going to small LGS is grassroots and love it. It's new and seem dedicated to doing it. Are you planning on getting in with the biggest LGSs of Vegas YouTubers? Yeah, so yes, we're actually talking to a couple of franchise level LGS stores. Pro Play Games was was one of them. Um, what's the other one? Jeeps. You were there with me. Was it Cool Games? Cool Games was a kind of like a franchise level one that we're speaking with. So it's not just the small mom and pops, but we're also looking for, corporate or franchise level LGSs that we can get into one and hopefully spread into multiples of them. And yeah, so I've been actually asking anyone that's part of the Hive if you have any recommendations, like say, hey, I backed the Kickstarter, my local LGS is such and such. You should give them a shout out. Just DM me, Bug Collector, aka Two Fluent on Discord. Send me a message, or you can send me an email at info at shardbookccg.com. Send me an email as well and recommend this LGS or a couple LGSs. We've already been to a few LGSs that folks have recommended. We love recommendations. Love your enthusiasm, Jeff. All right, so if you guys have any more questions, by all means, go ahead and type them in the chat. But I'm itching to crack open a pack and see what's mine. So I want to show you up close. Here's how the pack looks like. We love it. This is almost like the cover of a comic book, and if you guys know us, we're all about the comic book aesthetics. Um, on the top, it has these. I know it's not gonna focus in too well, but it has names of our artists. On the bottom, it has names of our artists as well. 10 cards, little mural. Bugs at War. This is the first edition. First edition here. So let's open up a pack. It's going to be the way, some folks are going to ask, what is the card trick? I'll show you the card trick right here. So we do have a nice little pull tab in the corner. Conscious not to send the cards. So here's a card trick. The first 5 cards are going to be commons. How can you tell? It's going to have 5 little ant heads. 5 little ant heads equals common. So we have Lollipop Warhammer. This is an item card. It's basically a Warhammer. I mean, these are bug-sized characters. So to them, when they see a lollipop, they're like, real big Warhammer. So it's kind of comedic. Um, Here's a Mars card, the common card. Flyby Ranger is a unaligned card, meaning it's like a mercenary. Doesn't belong to any of the factions. Not really. FMJ is a Luna card. FMJ is short for Full Metal Jacket. The yellow jacket, get it? Common card. Gilded Entry Ants, a really good soul staple card. Mechanized Tortoise, Beetle card from the Luna Clan. Now we're getting into the uncommons. Card number 6, Mercenary Post. Basically, Dave's Headquarters. Painted Ladies, another great card. Ooh. Now we have the third and final uncommon card. Oop. Yeah. Apologies. I miscounted. This is our third and final uncommon card. That is our rare hit. So 10 cards, 5 commons, 3 uncommons, then your rare hit. After your rare hit, one of two things are going to happen after your rare hit. You're either going to get a token card, could be an Ant Warrior token, Beetle Warrior token, or a Worm Warrior token, or you're going to get a second hit, which will mean that is either a Cosmic Rare or a Secret Rare. Will be on a token slot. This is a fantastic Blessing of Luna. Let's see if I can. Guys, look at that foil. That's fantastic. This card, basically, you splat the top card of your deck, and then you draw a card. So you mill a card, you draw a card. Lesson of art by Zip Draws. And here's our Beetle Warrior token. And you're either going to get a token or... All right, let's open up another one. Pack number 2. Hey there, Brooks. We're basically, we just discussed some of the stuff in the Kickstarter. A quick recap on the tiers and add-ons. We took some questions about shard bugs. Folks had some questions themselves. And now we had a couple of booster packs laying around, and we're cracking pack number 2. First edition. Fantastic Blessing of Luna on the first pack. Let's see if something here. Lots of you know this one. Honey Alchemist. Honey Alchemist. We've had her since pre-Kickstarter as a promo card. She's a fantastic way to ramp your resources for soul. First common. The infamous Boot. Okay, it's one of the best removal cards of the set. Water Balloon is another way to have removal. May have not seen this. This card is basically an item card. Look at that art, like cool little ant. He got our water balloon. Their world, that's like a cannon coming. Here's a one by Art Crypt. Whirlpool Whirligigs. Has aggro, 2/1, 2 devote. Oleander Mind Razor. Caterpillar Mage. It is an unaligned. Only costs 1 dust to play. Here's one of the best removal cards of the game. Flying Blast. This art is by Zip Draw. It's actually part of the whole mural that is the Battlefield plate. All those ants in war with each other. Hey, here's a new one for you guys. Maple Leaf Ape item card. So in the world of shard bugs, how small they are, they basically Someone put a bunch of maple leaves together, imbued it with magic. Now it is a equip bugs gain one devotion. Equip bug is a druid, it gains another or one defense. Right? Play. All right, mechanized tortoise. Don't sleep on this one, guys. Let me get it focus. There's a lot of value. There's a lot of value in this card. It costs a generic and a Luna. It has 2 devotion, focus, and hard shell, and it's a 2/2 body. Like this thing is a threat. And that art, it's look at that art. Has like magical stones, like a steampunk automaton looking. I'm proud of my art team. A little biased. Here's our foil hit. If I can get this to focus, you guys gonna love this card. Della the Tyrant King. Della the Tyrant King. It is a worm paladin. Mars costs 4 to play, 1 devotion. Rares a 2/3. When this bug deals damage to an enemy's devotion, gain devotion equal to the devotion loss of that enemy. So basically, when you deal damage to your opponent's devotion, you siphon that much devotion and gain it. Um, and yes, if you add like Lollipop Warhammer or another item card that gives a plus attack, it just that much. Cool. Let's see if we got a double hit or if we just got a token. We got the adorable token. Look at this little worm warrior. Like, what is that guy doing with a pair of knives? How nice makes this. All right, so those are 2 hits. I don't want to spoil it all. I just want to show you, card quality, some of the foils, some of the cool cards you can expect if you get the first edition set. Again, I'm having some mic issues, so I don't want to make this one a little bit too long. I'll sign back in this Saturday before the campaign's over, and maybe I'll crack a couple of more packs, maybe even a box topper. A lot of people have been wanting or asking me like, "Hey, what's in the box topper?" So maybe I'll crack a box topper here this Saturday before the campaign's over, and I'll make sure to work out my mic issues there. So let me just real quick check the chat, make sure there's no last minute questions. Let's see. We got Nate, I think, with a question. I know a lot of LGS's primary concerns with new games are the exposure, advertising. What is Shardbugs doing to support these LGSs? So it's kind of like 2 things in one. But here's how we are helping LGSs specifically with exposure and advertising. If you're an LGS and you want to partner up with us, you send us an email, and we have graphic designers in our team. We actually put together a, a cooperative flyer, if you will, that has our logo, the LGS stores logo. If we do a learn and play, it has all the information on the learn and plays. Our graphic designers make that up. We give it to the LGSs. They can post it on their IG. They can post it on their Facebook. So yeah, so we will go above and beyond and actually start doing some of the actual graphic media needed to promote any of these games. Just reach out to our teams and we'll take care of it. So yeah, so lastly, I just want to say that I appreciate anyone who has already pledged to our campaign. It means a lot. The whole team's ecstatic about funding. We're ecstatic about tripling our funding goal. And we're just, we feel very blessed. We are really close to a very fantastic stretch goal that I think the whole community would enjoy. So the only thing I ask is just share. I mean, I feel like the game kind of sells itself. We have fantastic YouTube content. We have great product. We have a really fun game. To me, the game's really fun to play. It's just putting eyes on it. Share it with your friends, share it with people at the LGS. Maybe share it on some socials, and it'd be really fun if we could hit that real big stretch. Give that a shot. Any other questions? No? Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining us this evening. Thanks for watching me crack a couple of packs. And again, we'll be here live again right before the conclusion of the campaign this Saturday.